It is great to have you with us from the shores of Lake Washington in the Pacific Northwest. Day one of the Junior League Softball World Series is underway, and it continues with an intriguing matchup. The Canadian region champions from Repentigny, Quebec, and the East region champions from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. These are two of the 10 teams that are here at the Junior League Softball World Series. Those 10 teams are split up into two different pools. This is a Pool B matchup. The Philippines, Texas, and California also part of this particular pool. California with a thrilling 3-1 win over the Philippines earlier today. Should be a fun one here in Kirkland, Washington. It's great to have you with us here from Field 2. Troy Clarity, the coach, Kirk Walker, and you. Kirk, intriguing to note, Canada, this squad was here last year. Pennsylvania, they were last year, were winning the Little League Softball World Series. So intrigued to see how that dynamic might play into what we see here today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's exciting to see, you know, obviously teams that return, and so they've got experience there, but you've got a champion coming in and a team with a lot of players that have that experience. So I think it's going to be really exciting. It's day one, so everything's always up on the table for enjoyment on the first day.
It's day one, anything can happen. We've already learned that from the first game we had here earlier today. Let's get you the batting order for the visiting team. They would be the young ladies from Quebec. A reminder that in Little League, it is continuous batting order, and it goes 1 through 12. So if you are on the roster, you get a chance to pick up a bat and compete. Intriguingly enough, even though on-field Little League was here last year, none of these players were on this team in 2025. However, most of these players have played with each other for quite some time. They will be squaring off against a young lady in the circle for the East Region champions from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, in Olivia O'Rourke, who has certainly been a big reason why Johnstown and why West Suburban Little League from Johnstown has gotten to this point.
Yeah, an absolute stud in the circle, and she's going to be effective today, I'm sure. I think she's an athlete that you're going to see working both sides of the plate, and yeah, I think it's exciting to see her stepping into this level.
West Suburban Little League, by the way, had no problems at all in the East region. We'll talk more about that as the show goes along. Meanwhile, the Canadian champs took 2 out of 3 and only needed 2 games to do it over the Cap Region Little League squad out of Alberta to punch their tickets here to Kirkland, Washington. Had some weather roll through here this morning, pushed everything back about an hour. It has remained dry since that initial rain shower came through, and we should be online for another fantastic day here in Kirkland. Defensively, for Johnstown, Pennsylvania, those are the starting 9 out in the field. For West Suburban Little League, keep an eye on Reagan Bills at short, by the way. More on her as the show goes along. Should remain dry here for the remainder of today. Beautiful day, this first Sunday in August. Away we go. Canada, Pennsylvania, off we go. And making the snaring grab, Cameron Mash, the backhand.
One pitch, one out. Doesn't get more efficient than that.
You'll take that.
Absolutely. It is. It's a beautiful day out here. We've got some scattered clouds, but just, you know, great to be dry and playing in not humid weather.
Can be a little humid in other places around the country this time of year. That was Angelica Passarelli who lined out to second. Lillian LeMay is the batter now. Her favorite team, Labs. Reaches out and pokes that one. Nice catch.
She's starting out in right field today and going to try and get her team going here in this first inning.
This is a play by the coaches for East. No balls, 2 strikes for LeMay. That is going outside for ball 1. Bryn Roberts behind the dish, trying to frame it a little bit, help out her pitcher. Well outside, 2-2. Repentigny, Quebec, just a little bit north of Montreal. Hit auto route 40, head east about 20 miles, and you'll get there.
early on in the game, it's important for the pitchers to try and figure out the strike zone of the catcher, of the umpire, and what he's going to call. And not only are you just trying to throw good pitches, you're also trying to figure out where you're going to get the calls. And obviously,
Rick Roberts, manager, who made the nice catch in the dugout a few moments ago. 2-2 to LeMay. Twisting through the infield and throwing across the diamond, but not in time. Reagan Bills did well to hang in there at short and get the throw there, but LeMay able to leg it out.
Yeah, she makes a great job of keeping that in the infield and a cannon of an arm, but just too deep in that hole to get her out.
Certainly saw that cannon of an arm from Bills last year in Greenville. We'll tell you more about that as we go. Charlie Rose Meshabe is the batter. First pitch down low. This is on-field Little League. This is their third straight trip to Kirkland. The team that was here in 2024 was actually the first team from Quebec to make the Junior League Softball World Series. 1-1 to Mashabe.
Ooh.
Side, skips off the glove. May dancing around second and hangs out there.
O'Rourke tried to go inside there and a little bit too tight, and allows that runner to get second base and get in scoring position.
Off speed, misses high.
Good snag by the catcher.
Roberts has already been busy.
She has.
We're not even through 2 full batters. Now we are, as that's ball 4 inside.
O'Rourke certainly showing us a lot of different pitches, but having a little bit of trouble here hitting her spots. And, it's early in the game. And a lot of nerves, I'm sure. First game of the Little League World Series for them here. And sometimes have a hard time finding the plate and getting into your groove in that first inning.
Trying to figure out the batter, as you mentioned, also maybe trying to figure out the umpire as well. Virginie Bluto sends one to center field. Grabbed out there by Jersey Bob. 2 away.
First pitch swinging, well hit ball.
Brings up Mia Medley. Mia at the plate. She's proud of some of the highlight catches that she's been able to make this season. Swings and misses here, 0-1.
She's a fan of Bree Ellis, an AUSL pro athlete that I got to coach a little bit last year. Loves Bree's confidence.
0-2. And everyone goes back to their respective bases. With LeMay at second and Mashabe at first. The 0-2 from O'Rourke. Tries to get Medley to chase. Nothing doing. 1-2. AUSL just wrapping up another fantastic season. Very recently. Fantastic and fun.
Absolutely.
Count goes to 2-2 now.
It was a great summer, and actually, as I noticed, 2 of her favorite players here. One of them Maya Brady, one of them Brea Ellis. Both were on the Talons last year that won the championship.
Yeah.
Maya Brady's playing for me on the Oklahoma City Spark this year.
Full count.
The AUSL season was exciting and dynamic, and being in the market cities was tremendous. Portland being one of them, Salt Lake City, Oklahoma City.
Fouled off. Count stays at 3-2.
Austin, Chicago, and then Raleigh, North Carolina. The 6 cities of the AUSL.
Portland Cascade, about 3 hours down the road from where we are.
Had a great year and a Great fan base.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Canada gets 2 on, but can't do anything with them or work. Rearing back and dealing a big strikeout. Canada 0. Pennsylvania coming to bat bottom first. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning, our second game here in the Junior League Softball World Series. East Region champs from Johnstown, Pennsylvania pick up the bats. Here's what they look like, 1 through 12. Keep an eye on Reagan Bills in the 5 spot. Hit a home run during the state tournament and is also capable of doing big things in the circle, even though she's not necessarily asked to do a whole lot of that on this team this year. They will be dealing with Emma Calvet, who has been terrific in the circle for the young ladies from Quebec. Canadian squad, Repentigny, led by Nick DePecco. They call him Coach Nick. There he is. Season ticket holder for the Canadiens, of course. He says that he believes much more in mental preparation than in luck. But baseball and softball can be riddled with superstitions and all those sorts of things. Coach Nick says, no, just be mentally prepared, and usually things work out for the best.
Yeah, it's certainly a big part of the game. I think the mental preparation is probably the greatest asset that you can have. Superstitions don't do much for you, but your mental preparation certainly will.
That being said, I'm sure you'll take luck when you can get it. Cameron Mash leading things off for Pennsylvania. Making sure that everyone is in place. Places everyone. And action.
First pitch swinging. Both leadoff hitters swinging that first pitch. I think it's exciting and your nerves are going, and I think nothing like making a good solid contact on your first swing. Break the nerves.
This one is hit to center field. Mash with Matthew right there to make the grab.
Really solid contact.
Brings up Bryn Roberts. Already seen some of her work behind the dish in this one.
She was quite busy in that first inning.
A bit more on Bryn, whose cousin Aubrey was playing for West Suburban Little League last year in Greenville in the Little League Softball World Series. That squad hoisted up the big banner and took the big trophy back to the state of Pennsylvania. A couple of those young ladies who were in Greenville with this squad last year are here on this team this year.
And her dream job is to be a professional athlete. So she's an athlete probably striving to want to be in that AUSL Pro League. It's great that she has that as an example of as an opportunity. It's pretty cool.
An opportunity and an outlet, 100%. Rise, Masha Bay says, allez, allez, makes the catch. 2 away.
Pitcher Olivia Rourke coming to the plate here. Olivia obviously did a good job of settling in last inning. We've got some runners on, but settled in. big offensive player here for this team.
Off speed from Calvé.
That's an interesting thing, throwing a changeup early in the game in the first inning, first pitch.
Looks for a strike. Bit ahead of pitch on that swing, 0-2. Olivia O'Rourke. You can call her Liv. The 0-2. Right outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Multi-sport athlete, a volleyball and basketball player. Love to see the athletes playing multiple sports this age. And it's really important that you are just exploring all your skill sets and your ability to grow and train as an athlete.
Well-rounded in all phases, mentally, physically. And multiple sports helps out with that.
Absolutely.
Count those full.
It's certainly something you don't see as often, too, in our sports softball, especially with the pitcher. You know, oftentimes pitchers get very specialized, so it's great to see that she's enjoying some time with basketball and volleyball as well.
3-2 pitch. Well inside. Nope.
Oh.
Called strike 3. How about that?
It's great. Great pitch. Obviously learning pretty quickly that umpire likes that inside pitch on the righties.
So Calvé taking that knowledge and using it to her advantage. We're scoreless. 2-1. Great to have you with us, Junior League Softball World Series. Great to have those guys here with us as well. The umpires who do terrific work and are here on their own dime on a volunteer basis. They have a lot of fun. They get the chance to spend a week calling balls and strikes. Also other important plays out on the fields.
I mean, it's an amazing experience to be around all these great athletes and from all over the world and being around a game that you love. So I think it's a testament to their love of the game to be out here on their own dime, and it's pretty impressive.
We begin the second inning, a scoreless game.
Olivia O'Rourke had a decent first inning. Settled in. She had a total of 19 pitches, 10 of them strikes, so about 50-50.
Here she is. Facing Alexia Mathieu. Made a nice catch in center in the bottom half of the first. Thinks about it, doesn't go. Breeze starting to pick up just a little bit once again. A little bit of a chill in the air after this morning's rain. It's the Pacific Northwest. Hey, it's August. You know, what are you going to do? Reaches out, taps that one. Count stays at 1-2.
You always want to have a sweatshirt or a jacket in the car, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably going to put my jacket back on next time we go to break. One ball and 2 strikes. Off speed and
pitch.
a whiff. Yes, indeed. 1 out.
Disrupting those hitters with that off speed is going to be really important, I think, for O'Rourke. And that was a great pitch. Great change in speed.
That one just floated. It seemed to defy all physics.
Dropped off the table at the end, which is great. It's great if you can have that off speed and have some movement on the end of it.
Well, Isaac Newton would look at that pitch and said, what? That's just not possible. Adele Dostale. Batter. Adele mainly speaks French, but says she can get by in English. I'm the opposite. Swinging this 0-2. O'Rourke deals. Count stays at 0-2.
It's an aggressive hitter here. Obviously, she's somebody that could be vulnerable here to the off-speed pitch as well. Might see that coming in here again.
Yep. Tails outside, misses. 1-2. Behind 2-2.
There's a decent shadow here at home plate when that sun does come out. Tracking that ball from the sun into the shade.
2:20 p.m. local time here, so the sun it's beyond its highest point. As that one is on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Back-to-back to bat Ks for O'Rourke.
Definitely seeing her settle in. I think it's nice to see her kind of working multiple zones, but also the off-speed pitch. It's a great pitch on the outside. Framed really well.
You hit your spots like that, it's hard to stop. Ariel Prescott. Pitch outside for ball 1. As soon as we mentioned the sun, it goes back behind the clouds once again.
Sorry, I jinxed us there.
Ariel Prescott, 5'7".
It just misses on the outside. It's got nice movement on it.
Mm-hmm. 2-0. You connect there, 2-1. Ariel says that she appreciates the little moments of happiness and madness that a season brings.
Well, that sounds like another Ariel that we all know, Little Mermaid.
Speed again, but that one bounces. 3-1 the count to Prescott.
O'Rourke definitely has settled in. You can see a different confidence in her than she had maybe the first couple of hitters. She wanted that pitch. She got rung up on that pitch last half inning as a hitter.
Yep. Instead, that one tails inside. It's ball 4, second walk that O'Rourke has issued. So Prescott's aboard for Alexia Lamar. To the backstop. Prescott to second. One ball and no strikes. So that one whiffs. 1-1.
Aggressive swing. You know, those extra bases can come to haunt you sometimes. So
yep.
O'Rourke wants to try and take care of this hitter here with 2 outs and not let that pass ball affect her.
It's always amazing to see what happens once those 2 outs get on the board. The work's not quite done just yet. Prescott on the move again. Over to third. Just got to second on the pass ball, and now at third after the wild pitch. First run of the game, 60 feet away. Got it. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that retires the side. 4 strikeouts already for Olivia O'Rourke. And the 4th comes in a big spot with a runner at third. She stays there. The game remains scoreless. That dog looks more stylish than all of us here. Came prepared.
Everyone is out for Little League World Series.
It's great to see, and it's great to have you here with us. And if you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball, visit playlittleleague.org. Enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Who knows? You might end up here. Junior League Softball World Series, Kirkland, Washington, on the opposite side of Lake Washington from Seattle. Places hosted this event since 1999. It's been a lot of fun. Swing by Addie Hines, fouled off. 0-1 off the pitch from Emma Calvé.
Addie Hines hitting the 4 spot and aggressive hitter again coming out, first pitch swinging.
Rick Roberts, the manager of this team, says that Addie's bat brings a lot of thunder.
Probably the reason she's in that 4 spot then, right?
Well, they certainly had a lot of thunder in the regional tournament. They played in 4 games. They won them all, and they won by a combined total of 63-4.
Wow.
Fly ball to left, beyond Medley's reach. Hines on the move. And in with the stand-up double.
It's a well-hit ball, obviously down the line. Shows a great job of taking 2. Right off the bat, she knew she was getting extra bases.
Well, Hines brings a lot of thunder with the bat. Maybe Johnstown, West Suburban Little League, trying to get a storm brewing here in the second inning. Another look. Strike one taken by Reagan Bills. Bills, perhaps the star of last year's Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. Well inside. Hines taking third easily.
Reagan's clearly a big threat offensively here. Especially now with a runner at third base, no outs. Fly ball here could bring her in.
Bills was untouchable in the circle last year, but she also hit .545 and drove in 4 runs. Outside corner call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bills, favorite athlete, Montana Fouts.
And the reason that she wears number 14.
Yep.
Yeah. Another one of our AUSL athletes just won the championships and was pitcher of the year for the Talons.
Yeah, Montana was okay in the circle on the collegiate level. She did all right. Twisting, but foul. Bump into each other at third base, but everyone's okay. Good sportsmanship. All good. West Suburban just completely blew through the East region. Beat Maine 22-0, beat Delaware 14-4, and then hammered New Jersey in back-to-back games, 15-0 and then 12-0 in the championship. They're certainly trending upwards. Meanwhile, big swing and a miss, trying to find it and can't. So it gets the strikeout, but Bills ends up at first anyway.
Heads up there on her part, just taking off aggressively, using her speed, obviously, to beat out that ball. Runner on third does a good job of staying set, because I think she would have had a hard time scoring.
Yep. Now runners at the corners with nobody out. That brings up Camden Westover. Well outside, Bills on the move to second, but it's cut off. Well played.
Reagan moving into that scoring position is key here, obviously with no outs.
Yep.
Infield is in tight. Outfield still has to play a little bit deep. He's got a power hitter up.
High strike called there. 0-1.
Really tough pitch right there for a lefty to hit. Even if she goes after that, she's probably going to pull it foul.
Into right field for a base hit. That scores 1. And it puts Pennsylvania in the lead. Camden Westover with an RBI single.
And Westover, you can see, stands right on top of the plate. And looks like they were trying to go in on her again. Didn't get quite enough in.
Westover just smoked that one. Not really much of a chance for Bluto at first to try to get it. Kylie Sweeney fouls that one off. The first pitch that she sees for strike 1.
We'll see if they run a first and third again here. Trying to advance that runner.
Back up the middle and through for a base hit. Bill scores, but out at second. Westover is retired there. Pennsylvania still takes a 2-0 lead.
Heads up play by the center fielder there. She came up throwing. Excellent play. Well, you can't keep that run from scoring, but boy, getting that out is going to be big. Hopefully to keep this inning at bay.
Yeah, Alexi Mathieu, well done, well handled at second. Westover just not there in time. Hit the second. Masha Bay, the second, the throw to first. Got it. The 4-6-3 double play. Ale on field with a lead.
Great defense.
Pennsylvania's up 2-0. One of the unique things about the Junior League Softball World Series is that more often than not, we have games happening simultaneously. We're on field 2 on the right side of your screen. They just got going a few minutes ago on field 1 behind us. That action's on the left side of your screen. A Pool A matchup between the hosts, Kirkland American Little League, and the young ladies from Hudsonville, Michigan, representing the Central region. So if you love softball, you've come to the right place. And if you like watching it all day, and heck, even if you come here, you can hang out at one spot, head to the other, see some action all the way around. It's a great place to be.
Certainly appreciating this tree that we're sitting up in, protecting us from foul balls from that other field.
And from the sun, too, now that it's back out.
Not a bad thing either. Right now, I wouldn't mind a little of the sun. It's a little bit cold, but I think we might be appreciating the shade a little bit later this week.
As Emma Calvé swings and misses at the first pitch that she sees. We are here in the treehouse. We've put on the outerwear here a little bit because it's gotten a little chilly. But it's great to be here with you above field 2. Evers Park, 1 ball and 1 strike to Emma Calvé. This one's on the ground, taking a bit of a hard hop. Mash hangs in there. The throw, not in time.
I'm sure Emma's excited there, obviously, after giving up those runs last inning, to be able to kind of lead off for her team here and try and get some offense going. She does a great job of hustling that out. It looked like it might have been a potentially infield single, but after it was mishandled a little bit by second baseman, gave her a shot to be safe for sure.
Calvé at first. Chloe Michelle. Now that the sun is back out, a shadow. Home plate in shadows and circle in sunlight. Reach that portion of the day. Two balls and no strikes. Michelle the batter. Now it's a 3-0 count.
Chloe's also a baseball player. You just noticed that they had the first women's professional baseball league launched.
There's a strike, 3-1. Work back in the circle. Deals the 3-1. That's about it. Goes around 3-2.
Great job by her work to come back there. It's 1 pitch at a time at this point. Obviously, you get down 3-0, and all you can do is continue to kind of keep going at the strike zone.
Payoff pitch. It's high for ball 4. Third walk issued by O'Rourke so far today. First 2 batters of this frame reach for Canada.
You know, that's big for Canada. Obviously, they just gave up 2 runs, and here they are. You know, they've got 2 runners on, nobody out, and it's a great momentum opportunity here.
Yeah, a potential fulcrum moment of this game, and I think that's part of the reason why Rick Roberts is out to the circle with the infield and the pitching and catching battery all offering up their input.
It's a good timeout. I think any time that we as coaches can be able to kind of slow the game down and or let the athletes catch their breath and kind of regain their composure, I think it's really important.
A reminder of how things work as far as how many visits, batter into the runner you can have on this level. This to the pitcher. Bottom of the order, Estelle Dion. Down in the count, 0-1. Estelle's sister, Jean, was on last year's team. Jean is actually playing in this year's Senior League Softball World Series.
That's awesome. Exciting time.
In front of that one, 0-2.
Splitting the household, I guess, but we've got probably 1 parent there, 1 parent here.
All right, you go to Washington, you go to Delaware. Meanwhile, this pitch Right down the middle, and swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Now that's a big swing and a miss for strike 3, 1 away.
Great job by Orberg right there. And settling in, getting that big strikeout, really important to kind of get the momentum back. Canada still here in a threat, obviously with only 1 out, and a runner in scoring position at second base.
Rourke dealing the strikeout. It's her 5th today. Back to the top of the order, Angelica Passarelli, who lined out to second on the first pitch of the game.
Yeah, she was a quick out in that first inning. Shortstop here that she is, I think, wanting to have a little bit more of a quality at bat here with this opportunity with runners on. I think it's really important. Second time through the lineup, obviously, they've got a chance to see her a little bit more.
Yep.
Good discipline right there.
Good to go. And the count goes to 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Now it's 1-2.
It's a pretty good take right there. I think it's a tough pitch for her to handle on that outside pitch.
Luis Pinizotto warming up for Pennsylvania.
It's cool to see another athlete here. Her dream job is to play professional softball. Love seeing that and love having to, you know, talk about these opportunities for these athletes.
Reaches out, taps that one, count stays at 2-2. Yeah, it's been fantastic, and to see more and more of that popping up when you ask these young ladies, hey, what do you want to do? What's your dream job? More and more of them are saying, I want to be a pro softball player. Fouled off again, count stays at 2-2, which is an avenue that really wasn't around, certainly to the level that it is now, and it has been for the last couple of years.
Absolutely, and I think it's just a cool opportunity for them to be able to dream for those things. I mean, I think every boy dreamed of, you know, being a major leaguer, and now these athletes can dream of playing professional softball, and I think it's pretty cool. She's worked the count here, done pretty well. Yeah.
3-2.
Big pitch here for O'Rourke. She's got to throw a quality pitch.
Bases loaded.
Really disciplined at bat there from Passarelli. I think we saw her come out and swing at that first pitch in the first inning a little anxious, and that was a much more quality at bat. Settled in. She had a couple strikes on her, and then she battled till she got the walk. And I think it's key because she obviously has moved the tying run into second base in the scoring position, but also allowed the next hitter here, their big hitter coming up in the 3 spot, to be able to really go after what she wants.
Lillian LeMay singled in the first. Looks at strike 1 here. Lillian's favorite subject in school, gym. Joe's bunt.
Good save there.
Well picked by Bryn Roberts behind the dish.
Roberts is doing a lot of work here. She's having to kind of handle a few wild pitches and a couple in the dirt, and that probably saves a run.
Locked again.
It's kind of dangerous territory here, obviously, for O'Rourke. She needs to be careful of setting up the hitters to be able to kind of be on the offensive mindset. The hitters count here.
One foul back, 2-2.
A little surprising there with her power, with the bases loaded, but Ellen's surprise can sometimes be in your favor.
Sure.
You're going to look for a hitter here to track the ball deep and try and go opposite field.
On the ground, snare, well, throws to first in time for the out. Well, Nash handled that one terrifically. The run does score. It makes it a 2-1 game.
Yeah, it's a great job of hitting there. To track the ball deep, put it to the opposite field. You'll trade that out for a run. And now with 2 outs, gives a chance for their big hitter here to be able to try and pick up another.
Nash just vacuumed that one up. Charlie Rose Machabe. Walk in the first.
You are great at these French names. It's pretty impressive.
Thanks, Duolingo. Swing and miss, 0-2.
Good job by Aurora Gray. She's got in position here to possibly get out of this inning with a minimal damage.
Second and third, 2 out.
Nice pitch.
1-2. Moving's out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. 2-1 is our score. High in the air to center. Bob flips down the shades and makes the grab to retire the side. Canada answers with 1. Pennsylvania is still ahead as we head to the bottom of the third. Bottom third about to unfold between Quebec and Pennsylvania. Johnstown with 2 in the bottom of the second inning. Back-to-back RBI singles. This one by Camden Westover to put Pennsylvania on the board. And then Kylie Sweeney followed up with an RBI single of her own. Up the middle. Pennsylvania was able to plate 2 in that sequence. 9, 10, 11 batters due up for Pennsylvania here, beginning with Reese Pinizzotto. Reese likes watching rodeo, competes in barrel racing. How about that?
It's impressive.
Hard off of the dirt. Safe at first. It's a hard roller that sometimes catches a spot. Takes a weird hop and just eats you up sometimes out there.
That second hop is the trickiest one. I think you've got to figure out how to take it as a short hop and not let it play you.
Exactly. Came up off the heel of her glove. E4. Runner going.
Great throw. Oh, can't hold on.
Can't quite keep the clamps on the ball. That was close. Passarelli might have been able to complete the play. Instead, Soto safe third, safe second check.
It's a great throw by the catcher. Give them a chance.
Jersey Bopp the batter. That goes to 2-0. Bopp. You've got Bopp and you've got Cameron Nash on this Pennsylvania team. Not bad. Well inside, the catch is the zone. 2-1. Jersey known as the team's spark plug and the unofficial team hairdresser. You always need one of those. Clap to third and through. Heading over to second, safe there. Minnesota at third, Bop at second. Pennsylvania trying to add on to its lead.
They're certainly kind of putting the bat on the ball right now and making solid contact. Calvin needs to make sure she's got to be careful here and not let this into a big inning. She's come up with get a ground ball or a pop up out here.
Big swing and a miss by Kylie Ferguson.
Nice movement on that pitch. Dropped off the table.
Runners at second and third. Reese Minnesota. No balls and one strike. Hard shot to short. Checks home. Strong throw to first. One away.
Really impressive play. It was a tough hop. She does a great job of keeping that ball in front of her, especially with the runners on. And then comes up with that big throw. Impressive.
Calm, collected, and then fired a BB across the diamond.
Both shortstops out here today have got cannons. It's really...
Bottom of the order now, Ireland Scott. Well inside for ball one to Scott. Wind has really started to pick up again over the last few minutes, blowing across the field from left to right. Inside corner called, 1-1.
She does a great job of hitting that inside corner. I think that's a tough pitch again for that righty to hit. Up near her hands.
In front of the off speed, 1-2.
That's where that off speed can just really disrupt the hitter's timing. You know, she was tunneling that pitch with that pitch from prior and just changing probably 7 miles an hour.
It's contact. You uncork that change. It makes that pitch look slower, and it makes your fastballs look faster.
Yeah, absolutely. That's that disruption factor.
2-2. Ireland Scott. Her mom, April, carries a lucky photo button from her Little League softball days. And Ireland and April rubbed that button before games. It's pretty neat. Outside, 3-2. 2 on, 1 out. Pennsylvania trying to extend its lead. Ball 4.
Ooh. It's a tough pitch. Looked like it was a pitch that she had gotten called before.
But as it is now ball 4 with the bases loaded and 1 out. Coach Nicholas DePecco, coming out to the circle to have a word with his team. Well, last year, On-Field Little League was here, and they did quite well. They went 3-1 in pool play. They beat the West Region champs from Foothill Little League in Northern California, who are also back in Kirkland this year. They also beat Bacolod Little League out of Asia Pacific in the Philippines. They're here too.
Yeah.
They did lose to Puerto Rico in the first stage of the knockout round. But still 3-1, they performed quite well throughout 2025 Junior League Softball World Series.
Well, we're seeing a lot of action out here today. Again, every inning it seems like we've had runners on. And
Cameron Nash skies it to center, grabbed out there, runner tagging. Here comes the throw, not in time. Sac fly RBI by Cameron Nash makes it 3-1.
Good job with that runner tagging up.
Two-run game with Bryn Roberts coming to the plate, lined out to second. First, sends this
Tough
one
ball.
to center. Tough ball, but handled by Alexia Mathieu, who has made a couple of big plays.
She
out
has.
to center.
She has.
But another run across for Pennsylvania. 3-1 after 3. Those are the Southwest Region champions from Shiner, Texas. They'll get in action later on today when they take on the Asia Pacific Region champions from the Philippines. Right now they're enjoying watching things here between Canada and Pennsylvania. Yesterday, they were a part of the opening series of the Junior League Softball World Series. Hey, there's Shiner, Texas. Once again, 10 teams here, 10 champions are here. And a lot of pageantry, a lot of ceremony. Kirk, I know you were a big part of it. You took part in the big softball game, celebrity softball game that happened afterwards. Great way to begin, which is going to be another great week here in Kirkland.
Yeah, it's a great event. That opening day, there's a lot of activities going on. Challenger game and activities and skills tests, and then the celebrity softball game, which was featuring the alumni and big names from Washington State and University of Washington.
You went 5 for 5 with 5 home runs yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
did not. But my team did win.
Long as the team wins. That's the important thing.
Marcus Trufant was our captain. Pretty good motivator. He was having a good time.
Pretty good football player back in his day.
Pretty good softball player. He did pretty good.
All right. Multi-sport athletes.
Yeah.
They come down from everywhere. Virginie Bluto flew out to center. So look at Olivia O'Rourke, who threw 70 pitches the first 3 innings of work. Abigail Clark comes in, makes a nice play from third, 1 away.
Now batting, Mia Medley.
Quick out, brings up Mia Medley.
Her favorite sport team being the Arizona State women's softball team. Love to see that. Not necessarily from her area, but it's pretty impressive that she's chosen a top college team to be her favorite sports team.
Arizona State's done some things over the years. Program down that way. Arizona Wildcats have been
Long-time team of success, right?
Meanwhile, down on 3 strikes. Medley is out number 2. Awesome softball played on this part of the country as you look again at the strikeout by Medley. UCLA, obviously. Arizona has been fantastic. Washington, Oregon, Stanford. Oregon State made it to Oklahoma City a couple of years ago.
And once during my time, which was
that's right.
The first time ever. Yeah.
Alexei Mathieu, who has made an impact in center field so far today.
She's been busy. She's made a couple of big plays and tried to get that runner out on the tagging up last inning, but came up with a big out to end the inning. She's also a baseball player and likes a sport or plays a sport called ringette.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that as the show goes along.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Ks to end the top half of the 4th inning as Olivia O'Rourke gets it done. 3-1, Pennsylvania still ahead. Around and around and around we go. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here with Pennsylvania leading Canada 3-1. Want to see some girls with game? Tune into an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. See the Latin America champs from Guayama, Puerto Rico. They are here. They will get going later this afternoon over on Field 1. Like to see the international teams, Puerto Rico, Philippines, Czechia, and Canada. And you're watching right now. Bottom of the 4th. 3-4-5 batters due up, beginning with Olivia O'Rourke. Sends one spinning down the first base line, foul.
Olivia O'Rourke had a great last inning, 9-pitch inning. 3 outs at 79 pitches, and she's wants to be on the offensive side right here and get this inning started.
Smacked in the center field, base hit.
So great to see these pitchers that are great hitters. I think it's there's something to be said when you can be contributing on the offensive side in a game that you're pitching. It's a well-hit ball up the middle.
Yep. Terrific contact. Now O'Rourke is on base, hoping to help her proverbial cause. Addie Hines scorched a double to lead off the 2nd inning. Later came around to score. Emma Calvé in the circle. Addie Hines. Now swing, sends that one well foul, 0-2. During the regular season, Hines wears number 57. Do the math, I think you might be able to figure out why. number 57, not available in the jerseys that are issued at the World Series level. The 0-2. Early on that one. Pulls that one off as well.
Hines' favorite sports team is the Texas Longhorns, and her favorite athlete, Reese Atwood.
Well, Texas Longhorn fans round out
clearly.
there. Funny that. Hines sends that one over to field 1 as well. Or field 3, actually field 3 off to our left.
Calve come back with an off-speed pitcher. She's pulled a couple of balls, really hard foul.
High. And a touch off speed as well, 1 and 2. Work at first after the single. Popped up, playable. Lamar makes the grab.
It's a big out there, obviously, with a runner on there to lead off that inning. It's a good opportunity to get an out.
That brings up Reagan Bills. Bills struck out, but reached on a wild pitch. Second inning, later came around to score. Pitch low and inside. Ball 1. Bills was magnificent in the circle last year. The Little League Softball World Series, just putting up eye-popping numbers. In 30 innings, 5 games, 5 starts, 5 complete games. So she threw every pitch for Pennsylvania last year. 0 earned runs. Gave up a run, but it was unearned. 8 walks, 51 strikeouts.
Really impressive.
That's why they're hosting the trophy.
She's impressive in a lot of ways. Obviously, impressive at shortstop, impressive in circle, and certainly at the plate. Interesting fact, and this tells you a little bit about her. Her dream job is a forensic psychologist.
How about that?
That's it's impressive.
Fly ball to left. Long way to go for Medley. She doesn't get there. The ball lands at the base of the wall. O'Rourke motoring around and in for the score.
She squares that ball up and really does a great job of staying inside of it. Short hops that fence, just a little bit short of a home run, but definitely does a great job in bringing in that runner.
That was solid contact by Bills. Facing it between Medley and Matthew. Landon Westover an RBI single in the second. Back to Calve. Gets the out at first. Bills moves over to third. Two away for Kylie Sweeney. Sweeney with an RBI single in the second. Young ladies from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. That's in western Pennsylvania, about 60 miles east of Pittsburgh. A lot of good mom and pop pizza places apparently in Johnstown. I believe that. I lived in Pittsburgh before. Back up the middle and through for a base hit. Bill scores. 5-1. Pennsylvania extending its lead.
Good piece of hitting right there. I mean, she took a ball right down the middle and put it right back up the middle. Pretty simple. Didn't try and do too much with it, but the runner at third base, that's a really, really viable quality swing.
And Sweeney with back-to-back RBI singles for her this afternoon. Fly ball, left center. Matthew, the running grab. That is out number 3. But a couple more across for Pennsylvania. Towering RBI double by Bills. RBI single by Sweeney. 5-1 Pennsylvania. Two more in the fourth for Pennsylvania makes it a 5-1 game heading to the fifth. One of the great things about the Junior League Softball World Series happened yesterday, as it always does. It's a yearly tradition, and it is the Challenger game. And it's part and parcel of what Little League is all about, where everybody gets a chance to play. So the youngsters out there getting a chance to have fun, do big things. Awesome to see the participation with the players from all the teams that are here in Kirkland as well. Challenger game, one of the, I haven't had a chance to make it up here for that quite yet. And I didn't get here until yesterday evening, but everyone always says that it's such a powerful part of what this event is all about.
It really is. I think it's a cool opportunity to see these young women really give back to the community and give back to some people that don't have quite the opportunity that they do, and to do it around a game that they love. And the whole day is pretty exciting, but that Challenger game really is a special event for sure.
Yep. This one's popped up, could be playable, calling for it and making the catch. Running down the first baseline, Ferguson retires a Dostelli.
It's a tougher play than you would think. Yep. With the sun. She was battling the sun the whole way, but did a good job of staying with it.
Yeah, I think she may have even been going right into the sun. The sun is now a factor.
I think O'Rourke saw that the sun was a factor and was trying to get over there to help her, but she was able to take care of it.
Ariel Prescott looks at strike one.
One of my favorite things that happened yesterday in that opening day events is during the celebrity softball game, they had each of the teams kind of making appearances into the dugouts, and we've got a dugout full of former football players and baseball players and pro athletes and all of these guys, and the girls come in the dugout and they're doing cheers and they're doing all their things that they do with their hand claps, and these guys just absolutely love it. They're just mesmerized. It was pretty fun to see.
Well, yeah, and I think you just said the key word is, as Prescott is now about to face the 1-2 pitch. It's fun. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
I mean, sure, there's competition. Yeah, there's a trophy out there and you want to win it. But by and large, the overall goal for Little League is the fun part of it all.
Competing is great, but getting a chance to do some of these amazing things is really something pretty special.
Prescott goes down swinging.
O'Rourke again settling in, doing a good job. I think she's had a few moments where she's struggled a little bit with some control, but really she's come up with some big strikeouts.
Yeah, 8 of them so far this afternoon. There's the latest, and it seems like in a way 8 quiet strikeouts.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's not like she's just been mowing them one after another, but they've been intermixed at key moments, and You know, she's had a few wild pitches mixed in there as well, but overall, she's done a really good job at keeping them down just to 1 run.
Swing and miss by Alexia Lamar. And it goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Alexia says, "Don't dream your life, live your dreams." I like that. I wish I could say that in French. I can't. My Duolingo streak isn't that long just yet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off.
Aggressive swing. She's a multi-sport athlete, well, a competitive volleyball player, but plays volleyball, flag football, snowboards. I think she's living her best life and spending a lot of time doing some great activities and sports. And another athlete today that we've seen, her role model and someone that she looks up to is her brother. And that's another, we saw an athlete, I think in our earlier game, same thing.
Yep.
And I think that's a pretty cool opportunity to have a sibling that you look up to that much.
Off speed. Count 3 and 2. Yeah, but that young lady, her older brother, like, helped her change tires and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It was
Teach
his
her how to change
life
tires.
skills teaching that.
I don't know how to change a tire.
Yeah.
Fly ball to right, on the move, Sweeney. Gives it a bit of a dive, doesn't quite get there. I gotta change a tire. I'm not changing a tire, I'm calling someone. This is how that goes.
I did have to change a tire the night before I flew up here, so it made me laugh when you said that. I was laughing. It was 11 o'clock at night and had to change it in the dark, but
I got your number, I'll call you then. Big swing and a miss on the 8th pitch of the at-bat, and O'Rourke wins that battle. 5-1, Pennsylvania getting pitching and hitting. Some of the scenery around the Pacific Northwest. We're in lovely Kirkland, Washington, the opposite side of the lake from Seattle. Great to have you with us, Troy Clarity, Kirk Walker, Junior League Softball World Series. Game number 2 of day number 1, and pitcher number 2 for Canada, making her appearance in the circle. It's Estelle Dion. And in for Emma Calvé after throwing 4 innings. So Estelle getting the look in the circle.
I think it's a good move. I think Calvé had some success, but also had given up a couple of big hits. So I think it's a good opportunity here to change it up and see if you can get yourself back in this ball game.
Batter that she faces is Reese Pinizzotto, 9 spot, Pennsylvania order. On the move, making a catch in foul ground. Let's see, Lamar grabs it, 1 away.
It's a good catcher. I think difficult sometimes when you're traveling in that foul territory area, and people don't understand that. Understand that you're running towards a fence and you're not sure where you are, and you're watching a ball and you don't know where the fence is, and it takes a lot of focus, and at any level. And I think a lot of credit to those athletes that are fearless enough to be able to go in full speed.
Jersey Bob looks at that ball one. Yeah, there's a lot that you have to negotiate. I think you mentioned all those potential obstacles. I always marvel at catchers who were able to locate pop-ups quickly and get to them as quickly as possible while negotiating all of those obstacles, maybe even taking off a mask along the way.
Avoiding an umpire, right? Taking out an umpire, get around the umpire, the on-deck hitter. Like, you got a lot of people to avoid, right?
Sometimes there's a slope between home plate and the backstop. There's a lot going on.
There is.
Things that require a lot more coordination than certainly I possess. 3-1. Going back, reaching. It's over Passarelli's glove and into center. Base hit.
Good effort there by Passarelli. It's a tough ball, and sometimes those seeing eyeballs are the most frustrating ones.
Still got a smile on her face, though. Another look. Right place, just not quite enough. Kylie Ferguson rounded to short back in the third. Kylie just turned 15 on July 28th. Happy belated, Kylie. He's ahead in the count 2-0 here.
Favorite sports team, Penn State. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Favorite athlete, Nyjah Kennedy.
Stomp. Strike one called, 2-1.
Nyjah had an interesting year for her, their first year up in the pro level, and struggled on early on, but kind of settled in a little bit later. And she's going to find her way. She's a great athlete, and it's fun to watch an athlete really kind of have to regain their confidence and really work hard at it. And she did a great job of it. She was a professional in all aspects, even if she was struggling.
Well, and lessons you can learn.
Yeah.
As the walk is issued there, putting on runners at first and second. You know, lessons you can take with you. I mean, even if you have pitched at an extremely high level, look, the game's going to humble you at some point, right? You know, you're going to have to fight your way through things along the way.
I think the opportunity in sports is it creates a lot of opportunities that are going to happen in the real life, in the real world, without the same kind of life.
Scott puts this one into right field.
Without the same potential negative effects of life, right? You know, learning how to deal with failure and adversity, but while you're playing a game.
Yep.
And I think that's what's really cool to see athletes at every level, not just this level, but at every level, kind of face challenges and then how they respond. I think that's the greatest thing that we see, especially in our sport, which has a lot of failure as a hitter and even as a pitcher.
Back to the top of the order we go. Cameron Mash, a sac fly RBI in her last plate appearance.
One of those great names for a softball, baseball player, Mash.
Got the Monster Mash song in my head all of a sudden.
Could be a good walk-up song for you.
Runners at first and second with 2 out. That's in there, called strike one. Estelle Dion in the circle. Quebec, Canada. Dribbles well inside. Everyone moves up 60 feet.
Sure, she'd love to have that pitch back, but if she can get this out and not let that affect the score, I think she'll be okay.
To left field, Medley coming in, makes the catch on the run. Pennsylvania gets runners in scoring position, but they don't come across. They're still ahead 5-1 after 5. Roberts making some changes for Pennsylvania. His squad is ahead 5-1 going to the top of the 6th inning. One of those changes is in the circle. Olivia O'Rourke through the first 5, struck out 9, walked 4. Now Reese Pinizotto gets into the circle. So we'll get a chance to see what she can do.
Throwing to a new catcher as well. Hines behind the plate.
Bryn Roberts moving from catcher over to third. So new battery, Pennsylvania. Underway here in the 6th. O'Rourke retired the last 8 batters that she faced. Emma Calve about to face the 1-0 pitch. Inside, fouls it off. 1 ball and 1 strike. Emma says she doesn't know what her dream job is yet. Hey, that's cool. You got time. Sometimes what you think you might be your dream job at this age might not exactly be where you end up.
Well, we just talked about that at lunch.
Yeah.
We talked about all your best laid plans may not lead to where you want.
What were you about to go to grad school?
I was going to do med school and or neurophysiology, and here I am finishing up coaching and doing a little color.
I think it worked out all right.
I'm not complaining. I've never had a job. I've only had a career in sports, and it's never been a job.
3 balls and 1 strike. Calve. Clap down the first base line, foul. Count 4. Canada play the Southwest Region champions from Shiner, Texas tomorrow. Then they've got a doubleheader coming up on Tuesday. There's West and then Asia Pacific. Big swing and a miss. Pinizotto greets Calve, a strikeout.
It's always a good feeling when you come in, enter a game as a pitcher, and you get that first strikeout. You first step in, it's always a great feeling.
We'll get another look at it here. Chloe Michaud watches that pitch float in for called strike 1. Michaud walked rather in the 3rd. Soto coming from the left side here.
She is. She's swinging it pretty good, and got a quick arm swing and an aggressive drive off the mound. It's pretty fun to watch.
Heading the count 0-2. Waves at that one. Tagged at the plate.
Her celebration is pretty impressive to watch as well. She reminds me a little bit of Maya Johnson, who's a pro athlete that I got to coach this summer, a lefty that loves to celebrate after a strikeout. It's pretty cool.
Meanwhile, Michaud way in front of it and lost the footing. I think about taking first. Potential wild pitch. Estelle Dion. Dion struck out back in the 3rd. Canada is one of the 4 international teams here, and they usually have the international teams play a doubleheader, or at least 2 games in one day. Then they also get 1 day off during pool play. Philippines will be playing 2 today. We'll see them later this afternoon again. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled off 1-2.
She's a very talented athlete, obviously plays multiple sports, a volleyball player, and her dream job, a veterinarian. I've seen that quite a bit from a lot of the athletes here in the tournament, veterinarian.
Yeah. The 1-2. Back to Reese. Over the first. 3 up, 3 down. And Toto's leading the cheers heading into the dugout. Bottom six straight ahead. Well, right now, the key sequence in this game could be in the second inning. As Pennsylvania was able to put a couple across the plate during that frame, beginning with Addie Hines, who led it off with the double. Later came around the score with a little bit of help from her friends. Camden Westover with the RBI single, followed by Kylie Sweeney, smacking it back up the middle. That's an RBI single. Gave Johnstown a 2-0 lead. And it's held up. Pennsylvania's been in the lead ever since then. 5-1 now going to the bottom of the sixth. Fouled off by Bryn Roberts.
Bryn Roberts quickly down 0-2 off of Dion.
Bounces towards Roberts. Bryn with a line out to second, fly out to center so far today. Hit that one off her front foot, fouling it off. 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Mentioned how the schedule tends to shake out for the international teams. Meanwhile, the stateside teams play one game every day. Pennsylvania, they'll face California tomorrow, Texas on Tuesday, Philippines on Wednesday. We'll get to the knockout stage coming up on Thursday.
Bryn Roberts mentions her dad was a professional baseball player, played with the Dodgers and with Detroit, I believe.
Can't hang on to it in fair territory. Roberts will be safe at first. Ashabe had a ways to go to get there, and she did. The ball just hit the heel of her glove. Yeah, this kid just clamped down on the webbing. Olivia O'Rourke, the batter. Snap back over to first. O'Rourke singled and scored in the fourth. Her run was the fourth game for Pennsylvania. She might try to add on to Pennsylvania's run total here.
I could score a run here.
As heading around third, nope, holding up at third. Roberts stays there. So second and third with nobody out. That was well struck by Olivia O'Rourke.
Good piece of hitting by Olivia O'Rourke right there. She sits on that inside pitch, stays inside, and drives it to the gap.
Video proof, here it is. On the left center. Tails outside. First pitch to Addie Hines, who has a double. Run scored. Now the count is out 1 ball and 1 strike on Hines. Error on second. Second baseman to begin this half inning, followed by a double. Two-one. High chop, handled well. The first bounces wide. Robert scores. O'Rourke still going. She's in 2. 7-1 Pennsylvania. Well, everything looked great until the throw, unfortunately for Canada.
Yeah, as a pitcher, that's frustrating. You get what you want there in terms of getting a ground ball that should hold up the runners, and unfortunately, the ball gets out of the shortstop's hand a little bit at a bad angle, results in 2 runs and no outs.
Nick DePecco pump up the squad a little bit, keep their heads up, keep them in it.
Absolutely want to keep this game from getting too far out of hand.
Now batting, Reagan Bill.
Well, and perhaps with a slight eye on the rest of the week as well. Yeah. Look, this is the first game of at least 4 they got to play here.
Absolutely, and you're in pool play, so I think it's really important that your athletes stay engaged and stay bought in and competing every pitch, every inning, regardless of the score. Every chance, every opportunity you have is really kind of important.
Reagan Bills with an RBI double in the 4th. Strike 1 called. Count evens out. Bills have scored 2 runs so far this afternoon. This is our second game here on this field today. The first one was a pretty good one. Well played, tightly contested, decided in the 7th inning.
On a big 2-run home run.
West Region champions out of California, and the young lady who hit the 2-run home run came on to pitch in the bottom of the 7th inning. Got a crucial double play along the way.
And got the save.
Hit to left field, base hit. Pennsylvania is keeping the foot on the gas here a bit.
Now batting, Camden Westover.
Two on. Still nobody out. First 4 have reached. West Suburban Little League, Camden Westover knocked in a run in the 2nd.
Yeah, she came up with a big hit, obviously, in that 2nd inning to get that run across the board, and she would love to add another right here. No outs on the board. A big hit here could definitely change the complexity of this game.
Snared in left. Throw to second, not in time. Nesley is able to make the grab, 1 away.
It's a good grab on that ball, trailing away from her on that left field side. So it's tough. Sometimes athletes will take their eye off the ball and start looking back at the fielders and or the runners. She did a good job of staying with that ball.
Chases Hines back to second. Bill still at first. Sweeney with 2 RBI singles today. Handled well by DeYoung. Out at first. Everyone else moves up 60 feet.
Good job by a fielding pitcher right there. Get off the mound. It was not an easy play, actually. She had to charge it pretty hard and then wait for it to come down. And then not panic and make a good throw. The 2 outs is a good opportunity for her, hopefully to get out of this inning with any more damage.
And had to negotiate a somewhat high hop. Strike 1 call on the outside corner, Abigail Clark. It's just the 3rd pitch that she has seen so far today. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the second, flew out to center to end the fourth. Those were both the first pitches of her respective at-bats and plate appearances. Here she's down 0-2. Mar says the most fun thing about Little League is the memories you make along the way.
It's certainly the greatest part of this is what they're going to walk away with the experiences.
1-2.
You know, even if these athletes go on to play professional sports and do things at a later level, it's the experiences that are going to be affecting them for the rest of their lives, not the number of hits they got or outs they made.
Hugh handles it in center, but now 2 more across for Pennsylvania. Now they take it to the 7th inning. Seven to 1 the score, with Pennsylvania leading Canada as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Canada down to its final 3 outs in this game. Trying to close things out. In the circle for Pennsylvania is Kylie Ferguson, moves over from first base. This will be the 3rd different pitcher that we have seen for the East Region champions. Olivia O'Rourke, the first 5. Soto went 3 up, 3 down in the 6th. Now it comes down to Kylie Ferguson to try to close things out.
Well, they have quite a few pitchers on their roster and athletes to pitch, so this is a great opportunity to get some people some innings and kind of get settled in for the week.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need somebody to get out there, so if you can get some pitching innings in without a lot of pressure on the game, it's a good thing.
This is our 2nd game here this afternoon. Of course, the action not done. That is what's happening next here on field number 2. The Philippines, tough loss for them, 3-1 earlier today. They will face the Southwest Region champions from Shiner, Texas. Well, for Canada, it begins here and now at the top of the order. Angelica Passarelli walked in her last plate appearance back in the 3rd. High to left. Bit of a ways to go for Scott, but she tracks it down. Two pitches, 1 out for Ferguson. Should also mention that Camden Westover has gone over to first. Olivia O'Rourke is now in right field. Big cut, swing and a miss by Liliane Lemay. RBI ground out in the third, infield single in the first. Breeze really picking up now, perhaps stronger than it has at any point so far today. Ball and 1 strike. Foul back, 1-2. That wind has been consistently blowing from left to right across the field when we've had that breeze. Well, I start to consider this a bit gusty now.
A little bit more of a steady breeze. You know, this is important for the Canadian team here to kind of keep focused one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time. No one swing is going to tie this ball game, but they need to create some momentum and build off of something, take it into their next game.
Yep. Fouled off. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Got her. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Canada down to its last out. Charlie Rose Mashabe. Once again at the strikeout. Mashabe 0 for 1, walked in the first. Ferguson fires one right down the middle, strike 1.
Oh, good snag.
Nice snare by Ferguson. And that is your ball game. Pennsylvania putting it all together. Pitching, hitting, and defense. Young ladies from Johnstown end up in the win column to begin their stay here in Kirkland. Final score, Pennsylvania 7, Canada 1. An effective start for Pennsylvania here today.
A really great first start here for Pennsylvania. I think they showed it all. They showed that 3 pitchers that got to throw in the inning. Olivia Rourke did a great job. Her first outing for this series here. And then offensively, they just consistently were scoring runs, swinging the bat well. I think, you know, it's a great way to start. It is just a pool play game, but you always want to be able to kind of build on something, and I think that was something to go for.
Pennsylvania back in action tomorrow against California, while Canada will get back into play tomorrow as well against the Southwest Region champs from Texas. 7-1, the final score here between Canada and Pennsylvania. Kirk Walker and our entire crew, I'm Troy Clarity. We'll see you at the top of next hour on this field for the Philippines versus Texas. So long for now from Kirkland, Washington. 7-1, Pennsylvania winners over Canada.